The Prince George's County Alumnae Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated presents the Science and Everyday Experiences Committee Spotlight on STEAM, Cool Careers. What is STEAM? STEAM is an acronym that stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics. Let us introduce you to a STEAM career that you may not have heard of.
My name is Jenkins. I am an independent artist / musician. I wear a lot of hats: a singer, dancer, producer, songwriter, choreographer. That's me. In the many hats that I wear, there are a few roles that are very connected to the STEAM field: music production, music engineering, mixing, video editing, recording engineering. They all require a computer. They require me learning whatever software program that's necessary. And then specifically in the recording space, the mic or the piano keyboard, whatever that is, and I'm either connecting that straight to the computer or I'm connecting that to an interface for the audio. That's where the technology kind of comes into play for me. I think it's an ongoing thing of trying to unblur the lines between the creative and the technology aspect, because it all kind of runs together for me at this point. The music production space is my favorite just as a creative. I use those creative muscles along with the technology aspect. Logic, that is like my main software program that I use. I love that one because it really lets me get the best of both worlds. I get to record in it as well as just create and produce the actual music. As far as the training goes, at least on the technology side, when I was around 10 years old, I received a music software program called Cakewalk Music Creation. I don't know if anyone today still uses that, but that was my bread and butter back then. All throughout middle school, all throughout high school, I would put in like note by note, what I want to hear, what needs to be played back for hours and for years. And that would help me to arrange better and produce better. Eleanor Roosevelt had a course in high school that was geared to recording technology, and we really learned the Pro Tools software was, at least at the time, the industry standard for recording. I went to Berklee College of Music in Boston, and we had a class called Introduction to Music Technology. In that class, we learned a bunch of other different programs. So the basics of like these programs where it's like, we've taught you enough that you should be able to make something. Again, I'm a creative first, and this is music we're talking about. This is art. It is, at the end of the day, still very subjective, and there's not always a lot of right and wrong, good and bad. It's really, I can create and build things to my specific taste, learn from those around me that maybe have had that formal training, and then sometimes the end result would be, I don't know if I like that anymore than the stuff that I would have done. So instead of trying to be so by the book to the industry standard or whatever that may be, just realizing that that industry standard is still a group of people's opinion. That is a hard question for me because all of it is pretty interesting and cool to me, which is why I do it. I've gotten the opportunity to work with so many talented singers and musicians, instrumentalists, and it's always kind of a shock. Sometimes even people that I really respect and am in awe of their talent. I have had a chance to attend the Grammy Awards. I think that was in 2019. It was the first time, just being in that room. It was then the Staples Center. That was a really cool experience to have. There was one in 2021 that we were pushing for a nomination. It unfortunately did not get the nomination. We were hoping for it, but maybe next time. But that was a project that I arranged musically. I produced the music. I recorded all of the singers, edited all of the vocals, and we had a string section. And I also edited that music. It was all done on this computer right here. I can definitely discuss my favorite project because it's mine. It's one of my babies. My second EP is called The Optimist. It's on all the streaming platforms. It's family friendly. You can play it around your kids. A quick listen and I get through a lot of the different sounds that I'm interested in. Anything in the pop and R&B space, and that's such a huge space. My childhood, adolescence was in the 2000s, so that's kind of where my heart is at all times. I also have a lot of gospel influences, jazz influences, folk influences, a little bit of rock. I have a big background in a cappella music, bare vocals in general, like we're all just creating those harmonies ourselves. There's so much information available on the internet. You can really do a good chunk of the work on your own. I spent a lot of hours, for fun. I didn't think that I was doing work a lot of the time to create some of these things and trying to improve. And a lot of that was self-taught to an extent inside the music space. There are no rules. If you can figure out something that aligns with the things that you want to do, aligns with your passions, if it makes sense to you, go for it. I kind of wear a lot of hats because I like to and I have to, but if someone wants to fully get into just being a recording engineer, being a mixing engineer, being a music producer, they're full-time jobs, full-time careers.